Hollywood.
Club 314.
Hollywood P in the
Hey.
building. Do you still? So what are you St. Louis? You Texas now? Like what is it? What you still St. Louis, right?
Oh, I'm still a St. Louisan. I'm still a
You,
St.
you
Louis.
still
Where
so
my hat at? Where my hat
North
at?
Side for life?
I was just telling a lady today, I was doing an Uber, and she was like, where you from? I'm like, St. Louis. She's African. And I told her it's the most dangerous place in America.
Yeah, it
And
definitely is.
and she was like, well, I'm like, yeah, it's so small. But it's so dangerous.
Yeah, I tell people no matter because if you got a problem with somebody, they gonna see you. It's too
They're right
small
around the
not
corner.
to be seen. And if you
Right
don't
around the
know,
corner.
if you don't see them, somebody you know them.
Yep, sir.
All right, so you got a pretty hot take. So you say, make sure I get this right. Kevin Durant is the most impactful NBA player of all time, right?
Of all time,
Of
nobody's had a
of all
bigger
time, all
impact
75 years.
on basketball
That boy
in
smoking his Zaza.
75 years. Nobody's had a bigger impact on style of play and
Okay.
on legacies than Kevin Durant.
Bullshit.
All right, hey, okay, so hey, we're gonna go ahead and let you we're gonna go ahead and let you cook that. So please explain to us because I don't know, like, what? Like
Let, let me
what?
go. Let me go. I'm
Go.
just throwing like two or three facts. You said he had the most on style of play.
Style of play going forward and
With I'm
NBA legacy.
I'm just go at style of play first.
Okay.
Ain't little kids pulling up from half court now for whatever reason,
Yeah.
trying to shoot turn around 3 pointers and stuff?
Yeah, little 5'11" guards shooting
Yeah.
threes. They're
So
never winning
so
championships.
so so I got a question. What did Kevin Durant do to have kids trying to do it in the game?
Oh, he refused to play center. He refused to play power forward. He was
Okay.
6'10", 6'11", and he told the people he was 6'7", so he would not make him play power forward, right?
That's because he's
Because
soft.
before Kevin Durant, if you're 6'10" or 6'11", you're getting your big butt in the post. Maybe you can do a pick and pop or something like that. But after Kevin Durant decided to say, hey, I'm 7 feet, but I can handle the ball and I'm just a basketball player, they began to let more tall guys be basketball players, right? So think about it. If there's no Kevin Durant as a 7 foot wing, we get no Giannis Antetokounmpo, who has won what 1 or 2 rings, 2 MVPs. We don't get
One
him.
ring.
Who would he have been? He would have been Hakeem Olajuwon. Imagine Hakeem Olajuwon if they would have let him leave the post and be a basketball player as opposed to being a big man. Kevin Durant has led to our big men being able to be basketball players, right? And what we'll see is in the future is his archetype is a championship winning archetype, right? Look at Wemby. Wemby's more well, without Kevin Durant, Wemby's Yao Ming. Get your big butt in the post. But Kevin Durant allows this man to have a whole different aspect that he can tap into, and championships will come behind it. More championships will come from the Kevin Durant build than from any other build outside of any other player you got.
Okay, so let
So
me go. Well, hold on,
uh,
Jake. Let me go right quick. Okay, so
it's on you,
Kevin
man.
Durant.
It's
Wait,
hot.
Kevin Durant had that build before he went to Golden State, right?
Yeah.
Correct. So
Mm-hmm.
okay, he went with a team who already had championships. I give him that, but he still had that same build after he left Golden State, right?
Yeah.
I've been in the finals more time than him since then. But
You
wait, but
said
wait, but wait,
what?
hold on. But wait, you said his build brings championships, right?
It does.
He ain't got no more since he left with Golden State, and the only reason he got that is because he went to Golden State.
But
Because everywhere he went, LeBron was cooking him.
who else has got championships since then? Giannis Antetokounmpo's got championships, right? And then we got Wemby coming in. He gonna get 5 or 6. And then we got Chet Holmgren. We got a whole different type. So how many championships Kevin Durant got? What, 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got 2, right? That's 2. Has anybody else in the Steph Curry build been able to lead their team to the championship as the best player?
Shit, Kevin Durant ain't did it either.
He led the Warriors. He was the best player on the Warriors.
You go join a team who had the best record ever, and say you the best. They didn't need you.
That's my second point. We can save him joining the Golden State Warriors for the second point of this topic. Right now, we're just talking about 6'10" big men who are allowed to be basketball players, and without Kevin Durant, that never happens. Right?
I don't know about that. I remember a guy who played in the Lakers uniform, won Sixth Man of the Year, and also won a championship named Lamar Odom. Right? Lamar Odom was like a 6'11" point guard, right? He was bringing the ball up the court. He was doing all that. He did all that before Kevin Durant. We tend to forget about. We tend to only think about like the superstars of today, like they're the only ones who ever did something. But no, that's not true. Magic Johnson was 6'9", 6'10" point guard, right?
Magic Johnson is the LeBron build. Your 6'8" point guard. Those are good. We might see Luka win the championship this year off the LeBron build. But how many of those players do we got versus and coming into the NBA or in the NBA versus?
Anthony Davis, Joel Embiid. I mean, they were playing like that in college.
Big man.
I mean, I think what he's saying is like, so Anthony Davis was a point guard until he hit this growth spurt. So he has all those skill sets, and he don't really like to bang, right? But he's not out there. He don't have Kevin Durant's skill set. Like, I guess when you say impact, are you saying that like you're giving Kevin Durant the credit for
changing the game?
Okay, so this is where I'm gonna disagree with you. I don't think it is a Kevin Durant thing. I think it's more of the European influence on the basketball game, right?
Dirk Nowitzki.
If you look
Dirk
at
was in the post.
Right, he did a lot of stuff in the post. But if you look at the way they develop players in Europe, even if you're tall, you still go through all the point guard drills. You still do all that, right? So I don't think I don't think you should give that credit to Kevin Durant, right? It's just like the influence. If you just look at the evolution of the basketball game of big man, they have been slowly moving further and further away from the paint as time goes on, right?
Yeah,
and
we're not talking about a Sabonis who's a big man out here shooting threes and stuff like that. We're talking about a bona fide basketball player who scores on all three levels. I feel like Kevin Durant is the first person who's been given the green light to go out there and play in that fashion.
So what about Lamar Odom? You just going he don't count?
He wasn't a superstar, and he wasn't good enough, long enough in the national eye to actually get that credit. Kevin Durant still, he says himself, he had to refuse to be a power forward or a center. And that's just half of his impact. The other part of his impact is the impact on legacy and the GOAT conversation.
You think Kevin Durant has impact on the GOAT conversation?
Oh, yes, I do. Yes,
yeah, because LeBron beat him so many times. That's probably it.
Kevin Durant was so tired of losing to LeBron. He wanted what LeBron had so bad that he decided to sacrifice his own legacy to take away LeBron's legacy. That man went to the Golden State Warriors and robbed LeBron James of 2 championships. He robbed him of 2 championships. Without Kevin Durant being so petty and being so selfish, LeBron James has 6 rings, and he is the unquestioned GOAT of basketball. Kevin Durant changed the way we look at things and the way we have that conversation between him and Jordan.
So basically, you saying they had to jump on LeBron so he wouldn't win?
Exactly.
They jumped him. Okay.
They jumped him. And Kevin Durant, his willingness to jump LeBron James changes the entire course of NBA history. So that's why I say he's most impactful. He's changed the way big men can play, and he also changed the way that you look at LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Where y'all get this from? So let me get this straight. So now you got him all amped up.
Fraud.
I have a different viewpoint on that than you do. So I think that came from the LeBron James influence. This is just my opinion. I don't know Kevin Durant.
I'm doing
I ain't talked to him, so I don't know. I think what happened was he saw LeBron James go to Miami, joined up with Dwayne Wade, who had already won a championship and Finals MVP, and then brought over Chris Bosh with him. They created that, right?
something.
Everybody, y'all remember real time, they was burning LeBron James jerseys. They hated him, and all that type of stuff went down. People were questioning those 2 rings, right? People was like, "Oh, you created a super team." Blah blah
Nobody
blah. They
questioned
did
the
all that.
rings, though.
Huh?
Nobody questioned the rings.
No, yeah, that's the reason why the Cleveland ring made those 2 rings valid. And a lot of
Cleveland
people,
ring meant more.
yeah, a lot of people felt like he needed to win in Cleveland to justify what happened in Miami. And I think that Kevin Durant saw that. It was like, okay, I can go join up with this team. I'm going to go there. He won 2. I'm going to win 3 with them. We're going to win 3. They going to hate me for it. Cool. I'm going to leave, go somewhere else, and get a ring. And that's going to make all those rings in Golden State valid. But I don't think Kevin Durant does that if LeBron James doesn't go to Miami. Right? So I would say that's a LeBron James influence on Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant doesn't do that. Nobody does that if they didn't see the best player in the league do that. He went there to Miami. That made Golden State okay. And I don't like one of those rings.
But
Like
Jacob,
I'm not either one of those moves. I thought both of the moves made sense.
think about life and the conversation if LeBron James has 6 rings instead of the 2. Because who was going to beat Cleveland Cavaliers except for Golden State at that time? If you look around the landscape of the league, Kevin Durant single-handedly chopped that man at his knees.
But the reason why I say I disagree with that is because right. But what I'm saying is I don't think Kevin Durant does that if LeBron James doesn't go to Miami. If LeBron James doesn't go to Miami, he don't have those 2 rings in Miami. Right? He don't get those 2 rings that he got from Miami. He don't get those. Kevin Durant doesn't go to Golden State. So now LeBron James may be sitting here with 2 rings instead of 4. Kevin Durant never gets a ring, right?
Listen,
And
LeBron was winning his rings regardless.
Then why hadn't he won him up to that point? But this ain't a LeBron James topic.
But
But
he was young.
Let me jump in here. You know how we talk about.
Before you go, basically what I'm doing is I'm giving LeBron James the credit for the Kevin Durant move.
No, I got
right?
some. I got some on that. What you just talking about? Okay.
Go ahead.
Kevin Durant. He went to Golden State to join the super team, right?
Yeah.
But don't you know? Since he's so good, he joined 2 more super teams and ain't won shit either. He's been part of the 2 with a top 5 2 most disappointing super teams ever. You got Kyrie and James Harden, and then you go to Phoenix, and you got Booker
and
Bill, and you get kicked out in the first round.
And getting swept. He got locked up in Boston. When they went up against Boston, they locked Kevin Durant up. Go look at
don't
the
roll your eyes. No, don't look up. Look at the screen.
Huh?
When he was by himself?
What you mean he was by himself?
When he was in Brooklyn by himself? Because everybody was injured?
He wasn't when they got swept. He wasn't by himself.
All of them was there then. James Harden left first because he was like, this is going to be some bullshit. And then Kyrie left.
The year they lost to Philly.
No. We're talking about when they got swept by Boston.
Was that
This year.
before or after they
You talking about this year?
No. So remember that in the playoffs in the East, they went up against Boston, and Boston locked them up, locked KD up.
Who did he have with him?
He was in Brooklyn.
Kyrie and James Harden.
Kyrie had came back.
James Harden can't win nothing. That's like having Chris Paul on your team. You're going to lose. But
Well, why did this legendary player go then?
Why
did he go?
I'm not calling KD the GOAT. I know he's not the GOAT. What I'm saying is that his hatred of his envy of LeBron was so high that he sacrificed all GOAT conversation to diminish that man's legacy.
Sound like a
And
loser to me.
there's not much more impactful you can get than
Hating on somebody else.
Knocking the crown off a man's head just to spite him.
But that's the thing, like.
So who's had more? Who's more impactful? Following the flow of this conversation, who would you say has had a bigger impact?
I would say LeBron James has had a more impact.
LeBron James 100% because he still went to the finals damn near every year.
I'm gonna give you some people who I think don't get the respect they deserve for this.
For their impact.
For the impact. And it's gonna sound, maybe y'all gonna find this crazy. Mike D'Antoni. When he went with Phoenix and he moved and they started doing that 7 seconds or less offense where teams were just running up and down they revolutionized the way we look at pace of play, right? So now you got these guys running up and down the court. Phoenix used to have people on the break and they would go to the corners, and Steve Nash would hit them up. So the impact that Mike D'Antoni has had on the league from a coaching standpoint, people don't talk about, but that was a huge impact. And I'm Steve Kerr, right? I think Steve Kerr hopped on. He kind of took over a team that was already in the right path. But like a lot of people say, like, how would Steph Curry play in the 90s? I always say he wouldn't look the same because back then the coaches wasn't going to allow you to shoot 15 threes, pull up from 30. Like Steve Kerr made it where it is okay. Steph, Clay, shoot where you want to. Steph can go 0 for 5 from 3, and they still going to say keep shooting. They made it okay to do. And Steph made it to where the three-point shot took over the dunk. Look how everybody played. One of the reasons Golden State beating everybody during their run, because everybody was trying to play like them, even though you ain't got two of the best 5 shooters of all time. They got it, but the whole league had to mimic them.
How many rings does D'Antoni got, and how effective is D'Antoni's style of play when you get into the playoffs and you're playing against top defensive teams?
Right, D'Antoni has 0 because he don't like defense. But I'm just talking about the way the league saw how fast his teams was moving, and coaches was like, yeah, we need to start pushing the pace way more. Look at the pace of play in the 90s, man. It was a slow game.
It was the same game they played. It was more like the game you see in the playoffs right now. So I don't agree with D'Antoni. Who else you got?
So you don't give D'Antoni no credit for the 7 seconds or less and the pace of play?
I give him some credit, but I ain't saying his impact is going to be bigger and more revolutionary in the future. I mean, because we could have had these 7 feet guys out here running around all the place, and we wouldn't have it without KD, man. But
okay, so you don't remember Amari Stoudemire running up and down the court and all that? Like
all he did was dunk.
I know what I'm saying. The big man on the break, Steve Nash getting the ball, pushing it. Look at the way these guards. Look at these guard dominated offense that we have. James Harden sitting there patting the ball all day. These are all influences from the Mike D'Antoni offense, is what I'm saying. Mike D'Antoni's offense influences just about every other offense in the league, right? So you got to give him some credit. You got to give him some credit, right? Because one day what's going to happen is one day these big men going to go back to the paint. But you know what's going to happen? These guards with the ball in their hand, dribbling, that's going to happen. Getting out on the break, trying to get the ball from the rim, that's gonna happen. I think that's gonna happen for forever. All right. You think he had more influence on the game than Michael Jordan?
Yeah, man. All that Mike shit done. Nobody play basketball like that no more.
Nobody play basketball like that no more?
Okay.
1-on-1. I'm gonna beat you by myself. I'm gonna shoot 37 times and not pass the rock the entire game. Nobody do that no more.
Wow.
Do you think he got a big impact to Magic?
That's a hard one, right? Because Magic Johnson leads directly to LeBron James, who leads to Luka Doncic. right? So Magic might be up there. Magic might be up there. Plus, he was the first player to get AIDS, so that really changed the game.
He trying to get us kicked off.
He kicked it off. He was the first one with all the groupies.
So you think he had a bigger global impact than AI too?
When it comes to what's able to win championships, see, I have a very narrow mindset when it comes to what you have to do and what kind of team you need to field in the NBA to actually win a championship, right? Like, I don't think the Knicks are ever going to win one because you can't win no championship with a 6'1" guard as the best player on your team.
Detroit did it twice. Bad boy Pistons.
You talking about 1987?
You just said they can't. You didn't say what year.
You can, but it takes a very special team. So like even Steph Curry, that's not something you can replicate because the team he had around him, yeah, he was the best scorer, but the best all-around basketball player was somebody else, and the best defender was somebody else. But like with New York, you got Jalen Brunson as the AI of your team. Can't win a championship like that because they're too little.
But I don't think
you got to win on the wing and you got to win in the post to win a championship. Those are the two places you got to win.
But I don't think
that third or fourth best player.
I don't think that we got tall guys that can shoot, but we don't have outside of Kevin Durant. Don't nobody his height play like Kevin Durant.
He's the only one.
No, nobody plays like him. Nobody has that double crossover mid-range. Kevin Durant is killing from the mid-range. Wemby is 7'4". That's not a Kevin Durant. Like look how he
Durant type player.
Huh?
How is that not a Kevin Durant type player? They both tall, skinny as a bag of sticks.
Because Wemby's biggest impact on the game so far has been on the defensive end. Kevin Durant ain't got that impact on the defensive end that Wemby got.
Rookie. He's a rookie. That's not what we don't love Wemby because of his.
So you telling me in France they was like, you know what, you're gonna be like Kevin Durant? I don't think that. I think overseas, the European influence is what got these players playing like this. This is the reason why, because like for us, we got AAU. You just give the ball to the best players on the AAU. They do what they want to do. Kobe Bryant warned us about the AAU killing the basketball system in America a long time ago. But if you look at these European players, all of them have all-around basketball skills. I don't think that, and they've been doing that for years. Go back and look at the Olympics and watch how those European players play and how the Americans play. It's different. That European, I think you're giving Kevin Durant the credit for what the Europeans and overseas players have been doing for years. They've been building players like this.
And wait, and I think you just hate on another black man. You know
what? Who took basketball to these other countries? Who made basketball global? Jordan, right? Jordan made it global. So when you said, "Oh, don't nobody do that, Jordan," bye. You have all these Europeans and foreign players in the NBA because they wanted to be like Mike.
Somebody want to be like Mike right now today.
Mike made them.
Success.
If you didn't have Mike doing what he did, you wouldn't have basketball over there like it is. Mike made the game global. Mike made it global, right?
Well, and he did make it global.
And then the Europeans said,
Mike right now.
Huh?
Everybody still. What you mean? What the fuck you talking about?
Anybody shooting 16-foot pull-ups and they want to dunk. That's about it.
Yeah, the game has evolved, and who and what evolved the game to the 3-point shooting and fast pace.
Yeah.
Mike
D'Antoni and Steph Curry
and
with
Kevin
his
Durant.
ability.
Y'all gonna quit hating on Kevin Durant. Y'all gonna quit hating on Kevin Durant, saying this man ain't impact this game.
Hey, no, I'm a fan of Kevin Durant, but I just think you giving Kevin Durant way more credit for his influence and impact than he deserved. That's all I'm saying. Like, Kevin Durant is a rare breed, but he's different. He is 100% different, but I'm not finna say, oh man, Wemby is what Wemby is because of Kevin Durant. No, I just look at how they play basketball overseas, and from all the information that we be given, big men go through the same drills as the perimeter guy. Everybody goes through these drills, which is the reason why, like, overseas is different. Look at Joker. This man, you get him the ball, he bring the ball up, he sets up an offense, he can pass, he can shoot the three, he can do everything. Only, like, he can handle the ball. Is he a Kevin Durant influence? No, it's just overseas. Overseas they play basketball different.
So, all right.
They still do 5-man basketball.
This isn't the first time we've gotten players from overseas in the league. We've had European players for years, and they wasn't playing like that. This whole they've been being brought up like that. No, name some more who name people from before Kevin Durant who were big men from overseas or in the country who were able to be complete basketball players. Can you imagine Hakeem Olajuwon if he was out here being able to handle the ball and take off, getting a head of steam like Giannis from the three-point line coming down? Kevin Durant broke the mold, and that's all I'm saying.
I don't know. It was a guy. He was 6'8". He was 6'8". Peja Stojakovic. He was a complete overseas player. Was he not?
Peja was nice. He ain't break no molds though.
But he's the mold that you're talking about.
Was he
that big man?
6'8"?
He was 6'8". He was 6'8", 6'9".
We need a fact check on that.
I don't think. Cause I think when people think of Kevin Durant, they look at what the criticism on him is. He had to join Steph Curry's team to win. Yes. Right? Like, that's what people say. Like, people say that he can't win without Steph Curry. So, that mold.
Can I go on? Actually, he was 6'10".
Who, Peja?
Peja Stojakovic. So that shuts your argument down right there. And he was in the league before.
They don't shut my argument down.
You said name somebody before Kevin Durant came who was playing like that. Peja Stojakovic.
Peja was nice.
And when you say, so look, let me ask you this though. Specifically, when you say Kevin Durant, Bill, are you talking about big men who shot from the perimeter? Or are you saying big man with a mid-range game with the double
I'm talking people who are traditionally big man height, but are listed as small forward or below.
You want to know why Kevin Durant's listed as small forward as below? Because he's 6'11" and he weighs 170 pounds.
Yeah, that's why. He had to fight for that right.
Now if he put on about 40, 50 more pounds, he'd be a center. He just don't eat.
Well, I just think he just can't get no bigger. You know what I'm saying?
But he also said he said he's not lifting weights. Lifting weights got nothing to do with basketball.
Yeah, he said that at the time. But I think he said he can bench press 315 now. I think I saw him say that.
That's lies. But
lies.
Kevin Durant lying us. He gets a lot of heat for not winning a championship since he left Golden State. He's put himself into some very, very bad un-LeBron-like situations. He's made some questionable moves. But even with all those questionable moves he made, he was about one toenail short of going to the NBA Finals. And I think he was out there by himself at that time.
Yeah, he was. I saw that game. He was.
I think that game would have got them to the conference finals, not the NBA finals.
Okay.
I think if I remember correctly, Brooklyn won one playoff series while he was there.
But that man, he sacrificed his entire legacy out of spite.
That's a hater move. That's a hater move.
Haters can be impactful.
I don't think it was spite. You know what? This is what I think it is. And let's be real. Let's be real. He said, "I'm not gonna ever win no ring with LeBron over there unless I go to Golden State." That's the truth. Mm-hmm. No, that's my best shot. I don't think it was spite. This is what I think. So let's be real. Let's be real. Are we gonna act like in real time every offseason we wasn't hearing about LeBron James recruiting Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, see if he can get Steph Curry? Like we constantly kept hearing LeBron James is trying to recruit more superstars to come to his team, right? So if you, either one of y'all, if you're Kevin Durant, or let's say, matter of fact, let's take you. Let's say Lil Larry got all the superstars. You constantly hearing he's on the phone. And keep in mind, they both NBA players, so they know about conversations that's being had that has not hit the medium. And Antoine, let's say you and Lil Larry on par with each other. Y'all competing, but Lil Larry's over here. Not only did he already join up with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, you're hearing about phone calls of him trying to get Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, and all these other people. What would you do?
That hadn't happened yet. But
what? No, when he went to Cleveland, we were still hearing about him trying to team up and try to get free agents.
That is categorically incorrect. When he went to Cleveland, he shipped them young boys out and brought in.
Right. He got them.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And brought in
but what I'm saying is, he was still trying to get players to come play with him. If you Kevin Durant and you know that behind the scenes, LeBron James is talking to other superstars to see if they are available, what are you going to do? You just going to sit there and be like, cool?
See, if you're my enemy, the only way I'm teaming up with you is if I really, really hate Crenshaw, right? I really don't want to see this man win. I'm tired of him getting what I deserve.
I don't think that's what it is. I think what it is if I consider myself your equal, I don't think LeBron James and Kevin Durant is equal. I think LeBron James is clearly better, but I'm pretty sure Kevin Durant will tell you he's just as good. If I'm sitting here and people hitting up my phone like, hey man, you heard LeBron talk to this and that, why wouldn't I go team up with somebody? I'm not. It's like everybody's cool with LeBron James going to Miami and teaming up and all that type of stuff. But then when Kevin Durant does it, he's a hater. I don't think he did it because I think, for one, Kevin Durant likes to play a certain style of basketball. He likes 5-man with the ball movement. That's how he likes to play basketball. Golden State played that way. And secondly, obviously, they gave you a great chance to win a championship. You can do something historical. I don't think Kevin Durant does that move if LeBron James doesn't do his move.
Wait, let me go here.
So let me ask you this. Was LeBron James being a hater when he made the move? No.
No, they have different thought processes. But
we don't know the process.
We've seen how petty Kevin Durant is. He's a petty king.
So let me ask you this. Was LeBron the first one to do that?
To do what? To be a superstar?
To get on a super team. Team.
Jordan was.
The Bulls wasn't a super team. Stop.
So let's not forget.
Jordan brought in half the Detroit Pistons.
Let's not forget when the Lakers had 4 Hall of Famers on one team.
No, so this is my point. I have always said, and Larry, you know this for a fact, I never had a problem with him going to Miami. I understood it. And my whole point was, how is it that Magic can play with Worthy and Kareem and everybody cool with that, but if LeBron James go play with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, that's a big problem. I understand that. My whole issue was, if you make that move, you can't have Dallas happen, right? Yeah. If you make that move, there's certain things that have to happen, right? You didn't go to Miami to win 2 out of 4. You went to Miami to take over the league. That's what you did, and you failed. That's my problem. It's not that you went, and not only that, but you didn't lose to all-time great teams. Like when the Lakers will lose to Boston lose to the Lakers. Those are similar caliber teams. That Dallas Mavericks team had no reason beating you. That was my problem with it. It's not that they made the move. When Kevin Durant made the move to Golden State, I was like, hey, he's a free agent. We are cool with super teams. Like you said, historically, we've always been cool. He was cool with the Celtics. He was cool with the Lakers. I was cool with Golden State. I was just like, hey, you have to cash in. You have to dominate if you're going to do that. And I don't think that it was a hater thing. I really think that Kevin Durant was like, okay, you got those guys. LeBron is up here on the phone, making these phone calls, talking to all these people. Clutch is dominating the league. Clutch Sports runs the NBA, dominating the league with all the... Yes. So
who was LeBron calling after he just came back from 3-1 and he already got Kyrie and Kevin Love? He wasn't calling nobody.
You crazy.
But I got a question. My battery's gonna die, but before I go, I got a question. All right, St. Louis based, local based question. With the finals coming up, do y'all think that Jason Tatum has that dog in him?
No.
Oh, we did a topic on that.
No, we don't. But Jaylen Brown does.
Yeah. Like
We already talked about this.
So you think he gonna get his championship this year?
I got
this year would dictate if he has that dog in him. If he win Finals MVP, we gonna give him that dog.
I think Boston.
What does he do that keeps him from being a dog?
Oh, clutch moments. He's terrible. Look at his fourth quarter. Like in the fourth quarter, he had that overtime. You know what I'm saying? Like last series, he had the game overtime. That was good.
That pissed me off though. Like this ain't Jason Tatum.
Right? You're like, who is that? But yeah, he's not a clutch player, and that's his. He ain't got that dog in him, and I think part of it. Me and Larry went back and forth about this. Part of it, I think, is the system that his coach is running. I think nobody can stop Tatum from getting to the hole when he wants to, but their philosophy is just to shoot threes, and I think that kind of hurts him, right? But nah, man, we gonna see a lot about Jay, but he's young, man. Like at this point in time, like we don't usually expect people to win become superstars and win championships this early. He just been going to the finals, the East Conference Finals so much that it's like it's about time.
I know he is still like 19, 20, right?
Nah, man, he like 20, probably 24,
Right,
25,
25, 26.
somewhere around there.
Man, this has been awesome,
man. I definitely feel like your take is crazy, but hey, man, everybody got their own takes. Kevin Durant, nah, man. I think you give him too much credit.
Hey, listen, I love what you guys are doing. I think it's really cool that you guys got Club 314 set up and going. Look forward to seeing if you guys can use my music as your intro. And
we just need to go ahead and figure out exactly how we gonna go about doing that.
Yeah, and you can leave the Rams in there, man. We still playing the Rams. I left, you left, everybody left but little Larry. So.
Can we still do that?
I don't know because they're not here no more. I don't know, but if I mean you might, because if it's his original song, it doesn't matter.
Know who y'all need to get on the show?
Who that?
Who?
Crenshaw on the show.
Oh, we definitely trying to get like what I would call an OG on the show. Even though we kind of like the OGs now, but we got OGs.
Triple OG.
Yeah,
we
definitely trying to get them. So, hey, before you leave, let's give them a little preview of what may be the new intro.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Got a Cardinal red hat, got some Cardinal red sneakers back in 1998. I had a Cardinal red beeper, Cardinal red Chevy. I'm swerving with the fam.
Hey, Los, what's good?
Got a blue and gold,
Got some blue and gold.
gold on my chick, got a mag on my.
I ain't heard this in so long.
My flow so sick. Who knew that we would blow and rep the mold like this? It's the knob that they want, we let it bomb.
You let it bomb.
The drama that they want, we hit the drum.
We hit the trunk.
It's the bread that she want, we got enough. We got enough. Now this ain't normally what we do, but we gon' give them what they want.
I was so young.
So same, but we're trying to man, gonna score. Wash it down with quarter juices. I'm so shit.
Yeah. That's how we gonna come out.
In the building.
Hey, hey man, we appreciate the track. You know what I'm saying? We definitely gonna integrate that in there. Appreciate you for coming on. Appreciate you for sharing and supporting. We definitely gonna try to get you on for something else. And before you get out of here, man, who you got? What's your finals pick?
Finals pick, I got Boston in 7. We going all the way to 7.
Boston in 7. Finals MVP?
I feel like it's too early for Luka. The league ain't gonna let it happen before he turns 26.
Who's your finals MVP?
Peyton Pritchard. No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna give it to Tatum for Finals MVP. The league need his 6'8" light skinned face out there in front.
All right, so hey, next me and Lil Larry, we gonna do our final picks on the next clip. All right, we gonna get Antoine up out of here. Hey, you got anything else for him, Lil Larry?
I am flabbergasted by this whole conversation, but everybody got their own opinion, so I appreciate you, Cuzzo.
You should have heard the things we said before the camera started rolling.
He trying to get both of y'all trying to get us canceled before we start.
I'm gonna shut my mouth. All right,
Please do.
All right.
Yes, sir.